Sammy Saddam, Mary Jane Kelly, and Jill Dando. Just 3 out of the thousands of cases where beautiful lives have been stolen away and a killer is still not convicted. So many families go without closure, and so many questions go unanswered. Today I'm going to be answering a question that will lead to the answering of a multitude of questions. How are universities in the UK going to convince citizens that the implementation of human decomposition facilities is absolutely necessary? Before you gasp in horror, allow me to explain what human decomposition facilities, more commonly known as body farms, really are. By definition, they are research facilities where decomposition can be studied in a variety of settings. And no, it's not some weird Hollywood horror shenanigan. It's science. Most people are completely oblivious to the copious amounts of factors that go into human decomposition. Author and mortician Caitlin Doty says, forensic science is still really imprecise in many ways because there are just so many factors at play. How was the weather? How much did the person weigh? Were they on top of the soil or 2 feet beneath the soil? Were insects present? Had the person eaten pizza 4 hours prior to their death? I hope so, for their sake. These factors make accurately determining a time of death as well as extracting DNA immensely difficult. I'm about to paint a somewhat gruesome picture, so sorry. If human skeletal remains were found in the woods, covered in insects, with their teeth removed, evidently murdered, and a forensic scientist arrives on the scene, they're going to collect the insects that were on the scene. Since the teeth have been extracted, the remains cannot be identified through dental records. However, advances in forensic technology, thanks to the data and research collected from body farms, DNA can be extracted from the insects that were found at the site of the scene. These new technologies, which were born from the research that was provided by body farms, are essential to forensic science, which is another reason why body farms are so detrimental. Sarah Gavitt, writer for The Guardian, says, "The growth of forensic research facilities, or body farms, together with the available and ever-decreasing cost of technologies such as DNA sequencing, now enables researchers to study the process in ways that were not available just a few years ago." I've been talking for a few minutes now, but I have yet to provide an answer to the proposed question. So, how are universities going to convince people that body farms are necessary? It's simple, really. Through cold hard facts and through the stories of the victims. In other words, ethos, logos, and pathos. If they were to use logos, they could use the not so commonly known fact that 17% of all deliberate killings in the past 20 years in the UK have failed to secure a conviction, and that body farms combined with the ever-improving forensic technology will help to lower the statistic. Something that citizens in the UK should welcome. On a different note, if they were to use pathos, they could use the stories and accounts from the families, friends, and people connected to the victim to help emotionally convince people to help in assisting and preventing the despair that was inflicted upon them through these tragedies. Lastly, if they were to use ethos, they would find that they already have a considerable amount of credibility, considering the fact that the ones doing the convincing are universities. And using a combination of all three, they would be able to hit the public with a triple whammy. It's of course understandable why people wouldn't want a body farm in their backyard. And of course there will always be skeptics and protesters when it comes to controversial topics such as this one. However, there is one fact that cannot be denied. With the advances that come from the research and observation of human decomposition, families are gaining closure. When searches that have been ongoing for decades finally have a conclusion, and when justice is finally served. Thank you.